What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be talking about 12 Funko Pops that have gone up in price recently. And without any further ado, guys, let's get it started. Here we go. Before we hop into the Pops that are going up in value, guys, I wanted to let you know that I dropped a brand new enamel pin that I am very excited about. It's me, Wasatch Pop in the Hedges, you know, based off of the Homer meme, Homer in the Hedges. Comes with a pin and a sticker, limited to 75 pieces, guys, and about a third of them have sold so far. So the link is down below if you want to support the channel and pick up an awesome pin for your collection. You can definitely do so, but let's get back into the video. So about every 2 weeks or so, guys, I like to take a dive in to see what Funko Pops have gone up in value recently. Usually I like to look into the trends, whether there's like a new movie that have come out, something in recent news that made it go up in value. I like to see the kind of the correlation with things. But let's get into selection number one right here. This is the Funko Shop exclusive Bibbo from Killer Clowns of Outer Space. Estimated value over on Pop Price Cut is at $36, but recent eBay sales show it closer to $42. But if we take a look, guys, at this chart with the recently solds and the current listings, like I said, recently solds has it closer to around that $42 price range. We see a high point of 50 and then a lower point maybe around 40. And then from what I could tell, there was around 11 current listings and they're all around that same value. Now, reason why this has gone up, these are kind of the reasons that I came up with, guys. So one of the things I've noticed, guys, is a lot of like Killer Clowns from Outer Space, like merch has been coming out recently, not just Funko, there's been a lot of other things that I've noticed. And I think that, you know, correlates to kind of the hype of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. There's always been those fans out there, but they're starting to make more collectibles. Another reason why this one might have gone up, I think that there's a video game coming out here pretty soon. I would say the hype for Killer Clowns is definitely at an all-time high, and this one being, you know, a more limited exclusive and everything like that, and it sold out on the Funko Shop, that's probably a reason why it's gone up, probably scarcity. Do I see this one going up even more unless they restock it? Absolutely. I could see this being like a $50, $60 pop, probably in the near future. I don't know if this is a main character in the movie or whatever, one of the main clowns, if you will, but a pretty cool one to see that's gone up in value recently. Next up, guys, we have a Pop Tennis Pop right here, guys, and this is the Pop of Rafael Nadal. Estimated value is around $90, with the current value a little bit lower than that at $70. Looking at recently solds, guys, it would be more in that $70 range. There was one that sold for $100, all the way down to $54, and then current listings, guys, I didn't find a ton of current listings out there, maybe around 20 or so, but most of them current listing wise are around like 75, even up to 100. Now, reason why this has gone up, I believe back in November, Rafael Nadal retired from tennis, probably one of the greatest tennis players of all time. But I've also noticed a trend. They didn't make a ton of tennis player pops that I know of, at least, but a lot of the other ones have gone up in price as well. This one's just the most noticeable. I can't imagine that there is a lot of collectibles out there of Rafael Nadal. I bet there's some figures here and there, but I think a Funko Pop is probably the easiest, you know, to collect, kind of to display if you're a tennis fan and everything like that. So that's probably why it's being bought up. Do I see this pop going up even more? I'd probably say it probably stays pretty consistent at where it's at, but it's kind of fun to see those, you know, one-off pops that they didn't make a ton of go up in price, and this is a prime example of that. Up next, we have a GameStop exclusive PlayStation Ratchet and Clank 2-pack. Estimated value on Pop Price Get is at $65, with recently being closer to around like 60. And the solds definitely reflect that, high at around 65, low at around 60, with current listings being pretty similar to that. Low end probably around like 40, high end at around maybe like 70. This one isn't the craziest jump in the world, but I would say, you know, later on in 2024, it was around like that $35 price range, and it's recently gone back up. Reason why this has gone up in value, I would probably just list this as nostalgia for one, I would say. They never made another version of these guys in Funko Pop form. There's only in the 2-pack. I mean, I've played, you know, Ratchet and Clank currently on the PS5. I played it back in the day on the PS2. So I don't know. There's always those nostalgic video games pops that go up in price. There's actually going to be another one that I share on later in the video. So whether that be, you know, scarcity, they're not restocking this one. This came out a while ago. And the fact that people love Ratchet and Clank, beloved characters, that's probably why it's gone up. And I think it'll probably stay at this price point, you know, now and in the near future. Up next, guys, we have a Pop Television Pop in the form of SNL More Cowbell. Estimated value on Pop Price Get is at $28, with the current value actually closer to around $35. You can see it's definitely gone up recently, guys, but recently solds reflect like that $35, $40 price range. And current listings, there's not a ton of them out there, around maybe like a little under 20 or so. But reason why this one has gone up, guys, this is definitely definitely a very classic SNL character, comes from a very classic skit. This is done by, I believe, Will Ferrell. Also, SNL just celebrated its 50th anniversary, which probably, you know, has some tie into the price going up. And they've actually made, I think at this point, a fairly decent amount of SNL Pops. And you know, with this being one of the more popular like characters or skits, that's probably why it's gone up in price. Do I see it going up even more? Maybe a little bit. I could see it, you know, resting at around that $40 range. It could even go up to 50. But you know, this is a good example, guys, of, you know, with it being more in the modern news and everything like that. I don't think they brought this skit back for SNL 50. It's just an iconic character. That's probably why it's gone up. All right, up next, guys, we have the Barnes & Noble exclusive Thing in Disguise from Fantastic Four. Estimated value over on Pop Price Guide is at $27, with the current value being closer to $40. And like I said, recently sold, guys, I was seeing anywhere from $30 to $45. That's kind of where you get that $40 average. Current listings, when I was trying to, like, you know, narrow the search and everything, it was a little bit tough. But from what I can tell, there wasn't a ton of them out there, maybe like 15 or so, and they were all around that like $35 to $40 price range. And this one has definitely gone up recently, guys, with the Fantastic Four hype. Obviously, the film is coming out later this year, and this is probably one of the more unique like Thing Pops that are out there. There's obviously like the original one. I think there's another one that's not in disguise from the same line, like the same year that this one came out. But with the hype around Fantastic Four and the fact that this is just a really fun Thing Pop, and we saw, you know, this version of the Thing in the trailer, that is definitely why it's got up, and I could see it, you know, maintaining this value and going up even a little bit more once this movie comes out. Okay, up next, guys, we have a Pop Rocks right here of Dee Snider from the band Twisted Sister. Estimated value right now, guys, is at $65, and current value matches that at $65. And if you're looking on eBay, guys, I could see, you know, it's selling for high price at around $80. There's an autograph one in there that maybe kind of threw that off a little bit, but $80 to around $70, that's kind of where you get the $65. Current listings, I was only able to find like 15 or so listings, and they were all listed around that same price range at around like $65. Now, the reason why this one has gone up, I honestly couldn't find anything about Dee Snider in the news or anything like that, but I have noticed an overall trend, guys, of kind of one-off Pop Rocks Pop. I think last video I talked about Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day. That is one that's gone up in price. I think 21 Pilots was another Pop Rocks Pop that's gone up in price as well, both the sets in that, or both the pops in that one. So the fact that they haven't made another Dee Snider Pop, and the fact, you know, obviously he's very popular from Twisted Sister, a very iconic band, I just think, you know, that's probably why it's gone up. I don't imagine that there's a ton of collectibles out there, and I think this will probably maintain its value in the near future, unless it restocks, I would say. Next, guys, we have a Pop Rocks 4-pack of all the band members of Pantera. Estimated value is at $170. Current value is fairly similar to that at around $155. And you can see, guys, recently solds on eBay definitely match that. Current listings are about at that, and I only found about like 12 or so listed on eBay. I have no idea why this one has gone up, guys. It's probably, like I said, with the Dee Snider Pop from Twisted Sister, pretty similar. There's probably not many collectibles of this band out there. I didn't find any like recent news or anything. I saw that they announced like a new tour this summer, and maybe that has something to do with it. I have no idea, but I feel like there's another pack. I think it was the Rush. Is it 3-pack or was that one a 4-pack? I think it's a 3-pack. That band also went up in price as well, their Funko Pops. So maybe, you know, I don't know. It's something to do with like the packed together band pops eventually go up in value, and this one is definitely an example of that. But like I said, it's the Pop Rocks musician stuff. You find some good Funko Pops that go up in value. Up next, guys, we have all the different Maximus Pops from Gladiator, and all the estimated values definitely range on this one, guys. We have like Maximus in the armor, that's the Funko Shop exclusive, at $90, and then we have the other ones that are around like $45, the FYE exclusive, and then the normal one. But looking at those charts, guys, you can notice an overall trend with these pops. Obviously, Gladiator 2 came out in theaters, I think at the end of last year. I actually saw the movie, and it was pretty good. Was it as good as the first one? No, but that aside, I think, you know, that probably had a reason why it's gone up in value. And it's not just one, but all the different pops have gone up in value of Maximus. I wonder if they'll make more pops in the future. I could see these maintaining their value for sure, because it's a very iconic movie, guys, and these came out a little while ago now. But this is definitely a prime example, guys, of it being, you know, more in recent news and everything, with a new movie that came out and stuff like that, and that's probably why these figures have gone up, and they're a little bit harder to find because, you know, they came out a little while ago. Up next, another video games pop in the form of the GameStop exclusive Sly Cooper. Estimated value is at $90, and the current value definitely matches that at $90 as well. With recently solds being anywhere lower end $60, higher end $90, and then current listings, about 20 of them out there, which people have it listed for like $100, closer to $70, so that's kind of what range it's in. Reason why this one has gone up, guys, it's another just classic nostalgia pop for video games, kind of like Ratchet and Clank. They haven't really made a new Sly Cooper game in a really long time that I'm aware of, and I don't know if there's any new games in the work, but there's only one figure of Sly Cooper, and if you're looking for any collectibles from, you know, this game series and everything like that, I think the Funko Pop is one of those things. There's not many collectibles out there. Do I see this one going up even more? I think it probably stays around that 90. I could see it going up to 100 and being, you know, a little bit more of a grail in the video game category. It's one that I have in my collection. I enjoyed playing all the different games when I was growing up, so, but it's just another example of classic nostalgia, you know, at least for me, and that's probably why it's going up. Up next, guys, is a Pop Digital release from Squid Game's Masked Worker right here, the metallic one. Estimated value, as you can see on Pop Price Guide, at $175. It's definitely shot up. Current value is around that at around $150. And recently solds, the last 4 recently solds definitely reflect that value. With current listings, I only found 2 on eBay, both for $300 and $400. And I think I've talked about this a lot in my past videos, but reason why this has gone up, guys, is there's not like a ton of Squid Game pops out there. Well, there's a decent amount, but I would say that these are the limited ones since they are Pop Digital, and definitely it's the more rare stuff that people like to have in their collection for the most part. So that's probably why it's gone up in value. But with them coming out with more Squid Games like seasons and things like that, this I think will definitely maintain its value, and the fact that there's not a ton of them out there, it's a pretty cool pop too. And just like that, folks, that is gonna do it for the selections of Funko Pops that have gone up in value recently, guys. If you know any that you've seen in your collection, or you just notice in general, let me know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos like this one in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching, and you guys are awesome and the best. Like always, remember to be kind to one another, always promote positivity. I will see you in the next video. Catch you guys later.